So guys, yesterday Trump gave a speech around the tariffs that are going to be going into effect, that have already gone into effect, and right now the crypto markets are dealing with the aftermath of that. Right now there's a lot of different sentiment in terms of what's going to be happening with Bitcoin dominance and pretty much the price action in the markets. A lot of people are calling for, a much more deviation before we start to see a little bit of relief in the markets. And today I want to walk you guys through all of these different perspectives and exactly what you need to know so that you don't capitulate your bags and you're aware how to position yourself. Overall though, if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm not like the rest of these crypto traders or influencers. I keep you guys updated with the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and everything you need to know with the events that take place. Right now, there's a lot of mixed sentiment in terms of what's going to be happening. Some people are comparing, price action to previous cycles. Others are just pretty much feeling, down in the dumps based off of what the, orange guy is doing, President Trump of the United States. And this is causing a lot of turmoil, guys, and price action in the markets aren't looking too good. But I want to walk you guys through those indicators, what you need to be aware of and looking at, and exactly what is anticipated in the next few weeks. Let's jump into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto market saw a massive downward shift after the speech from Trump talking about the tariffs. Bitcoin's currently sitting at around 83,000. We're currently sitting at around like 85, 86,000 after the speech. We saw some crazy deviations in the markets with Ethereum as well, hitting that like 1780 zone, 1760 zone. I talked about it yesterday, but we saw a little bit of recovery sitting at that 1800 zone right now. We want to reclaim overall the 2100 region to start to see positive price action on Ethereum and altcoins, but right now it's really going to be a task to get that. Altcoins in return with the price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum is not looking too hot. Altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy, and we can really point to the fact where liquidity is shifting by looking at Bitcoin dominance and just seeing that this is starting to rip up. Specific analysts and crypto traders like Benjamin Cohen have been talking about how they're anticipating Bitcoin dominance running back up to that 66% zone and then potentially even higher. We've seen this in multiple cycles, so it's really important to keep up with these indicators and these charts around Bitcoin and where liquidity is shifting to understand exactly the sentiment in the markets. USDT dominance is also starting to rip up, which is just showing exactly where everyone is moving their money. You need to understand exactly the how money flows and just understand exactly how people hedge against exactly all the downward shifts that we see in the markets. But why is all this happening? It's because of Trump's tariffs and pretty much the speech that happened yesterday and exactly everyone's reaction to that. And it was a buy the rumor, sell the news event, so a lot of people were anticipating downward shifts in the markets. And if you were keeping up with this channel, you were aware that more than likely we were going to see some crazy deviations, and this is where you could potentially day trade, guys, make some crazy money on the downward shifts. If you guys want to get started with day trading, I have a link in the description where you can sign up and you can get some crazy signups, make some decent money off of it. But go check out that if you guys want to look into day trading. But overall, guys, right now the markets are causing crazy fluctuations due to how the countries are going to be affected by these tariffs, the industries, and exactly what everyone is saying as well. A lot of selling is taking place, and right now a lot of people are uncertain in what's going to be happening. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Different crypto investors and influencers are giving different perspectives on the market. Crypto Mitch now, for example, he thinks that the majority of investors in the crypto market need to calm down. He thinks this is the most progressive administration that we had with the United States. Previously with the Biden administration, they were trying to kill crypto, and right now with Trump, we have a positive administration. He goes on to say all the previous claims against crypto parties are withdrawn. So things about Ethereum being labeled as a security and multiple other different cases, a lot of that stuff, guys, has been pulled back, as well as a lot of different fight against crypto. And then BlackRock entered the space, and so have a lot of other countries. And he says, I wouldn't bet against this at all. And this is where someone that has been in this space like Crypto Mitch now, he has a positive sentiment on the markets. But even other people that have been in the markets for multiple sectors, multiple cycles, they don't feel the same way. So this is where I want to give you guys all the different perspectives, and then I want to give you guys my sentiment based off of navigating the space and seeing the ups and downs throughout this whole cycle. But Benjamin Cohen talks about exactly how Trump feels on the markets after calling for Bitcoin dominance to run up. He says, Trump says, overall, Trump's reaction on the market is going very well. And Benjamin Cohen goes on to say, Trump I had to send ETH home since nothing else was working. And at the end of the day, guys, we're still in the midst of all these, you know, reciprocal tariffs and exactly how the markets are being affected and industries and all these different things. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and that's why people are, you know, bashing each other in terms of what's going on. ILO, another big person in the space that has been here for multiple cycles, gives his perspective, and this is kind of the opposite side of the spectrum. He goes on to say, I'm not even going to attempt to make sense of what was presented yesterday. The numbers were all made up based on a silly formula, and he's talking about the tariffs and the amounts based off of, you know, specific countries and what's on specific imports and stuff like that. I was even talking with one of my coworkers, and he was also saying the same thing. So it's really crazy, guys. A lot of people are on one side where they really believe in the tariffs, other people do not believe in what's going on, and as a result, he says the numbers were all made up based on a silly formula, and it's because most people aren't aware of the back end of how tariffs work and all this other stuff. And he goes on to say, we're living in a very uncertain moment in time where you can't possibly predict what the orange man will do next or how other countries may retaliate. If I just focus on crypto, Bitcoin dominance is making new highs, which we have been talking about, and altcoins all need lots of time to repair market structures, which I don't completely agree with. The markets can have a quick shift in, you know, a matter of weeks. We've seen it before. It can happen again, and looks like they can go lower. I do agree with that. More than likely, if Bitcoin starts to break down and Ethereum as well more and the US markets, we're going to be seeing altcoins deviate much lower. And then he goes on to say in his last part of this message, Bitcoin is under a lot of pressure with stocks nuking, and I think the markets need to keep repricing the implications of yesterday, meaning that he thinks that the markets need to still keep on correcting. He goes on to say, finally, at the very end, I'm doing nothing for now. And this is where a lot of people have different perspectives on the markets. Some people think that you should be, you know, adding to your bag right now. Other people think you really need to be keeping up with the price action and exactly where we're going to be going. But to give you a long-term perspective from CryptoCon, and this is why, guys, you need to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned with my channel. I keep you guys updated with the different perspectives and also actual price action that we've seen from previous cycles. So, you know, we have numbers and then we have sentiment. Numbers don't lie. People do. At the end of the day, I'll leave you with that. Overall, CryptoCon goes on to say, with this chart, the price action that we're currently seeing with Bitcoin and the stochastic RSI phase, this 3-week chart that he pulled, and previous price action that we've seen with the previous bull cycle, he pretty much goes in to say exactly what we're seeing and more than likely when we could be seeing price action start to return, and why a lot of people are more than likely going to get sidelined and shouldn't be super bullish right now. So he goes on to say, while nearly everyone is bracing for a bear market or a recession to strike, I will not be joining in. People were not prepared for a slower Bitcoin cycle, much like 2015 and 2017, but so far, that's exactly what we've got. And you can see exactly, he put a little arrow showing exactly we are here, comparing it to the 2017 cycle right here at the top of the chart showing the price action, and then also at the bottom chart showing the data structure. So if I keep on reading on, he goes on to say, there have been no true bull run parabola this cycle, just like in March and April of 2017. And you can see it from these 1, 2, 3, 4 regions, and exactly when we see the first early top, the second early top, the new all-time highs, and then the actual cycle top for the cycle. It goes on to say the data structure on 3-week stochastic RSI looks extremely similar to cycle 2. And you can see the chart down here. I'll put an arrow to it, and exactly the 1, 2, 3, 4 region. And if you compare it to the 2025 region, it looks very, very similar. So he goes on to say, overall, the data structure on the 3-week stochastic RSI looks extremely similar to cycle 2. A short drop from phase 1, a longer drop from phase 2, and a phase 3 around all-time highs. What I believe this means for you is the most of the good stuff from this cycle is still left to go, which I'm sure a lot of people like ILO and other people do believe, but they're more focused on the macro lens. Goes on to say, it's not easy to believe in something that's not currently happening, but I've been doing it this entire cycle, and I won't stop doing it now. And I am also super bullish, guys. Moving into my portfolio, because people get mad at me for not showing my portfolio and the numbers. I'll have a full updated video on my portfolio soon because it's crashed down very significantly. But I'm seeing a lot of red in the markets. I'm invested in altcoins, guys. I've held altcoins. I've, traded, sold, bought, moved from different sectors and positions. But right now, my altcoins are down significantly. And as a crypto trader and investor, I want to give you guys my perspective, swiping everything to the side. You can see there's different sentiment in terms of what's going going on. Some people think that you need to calm down and relax. Other people are saying don't do nothing right now, that they're so uncertain about the markets and what's going on. And I feel on both sides. I'm still super bullish on altcoins and the price action for altcoins in general with Bitcoin. But we see deviations and we see this price action, and I've showed you guys this in multiple charts showing these cycles in previous times. At the end of the day, we need to see exactly the price action around Bitcoin and Ethereum, where Bitcoin dominates, where USDT dominance are going to go, and then react accordingly to those events. While all this is going on, you need to be keeping up with the sentiment in the markets, the news events that have an effect on the markets, so you can understand when we start to see deviations. If you understand this stuff, you can have a leg up before things start to take place. But this is where I tell you guys, if you're new to the channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader, documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated with the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, and how liquidity is shifting, and pretty much shuffling through the sentiment and giving you guys exactly what you need to know. Crypto influencers and Coles and everybody are going to tell you, you know, you need to buy this coin or you need to do this. And I want to be completely real with you guys. The markets are in uncertain time. And right now, guys, no one truly knows what's going to be happening. But this is where people compare things to previous cycles, because that's all we can do. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. So it looks very similar, but at the end of the day, it's not going to do exactly the same thing. So this is why people have different perspectives. But this is why you need to be keeping up with the day-to-day, and I'm going to keep you guys updated with everything you need to be aware of. I'm not quitting this game. I'm just getting started, and I cannot wait to go even deeper into it. I've been day trading, doing a lot of different things. I'm actually going to make a updated video about day trading. I want to do a challenge starting with around $50 and running it up and just showing you guys what is possible. So stay tuned, guys. Overall, I drop daily content every day, so hopefully you guys show up tomorrow. But overall, if you guys have any questions, suggestions, have any specific, you know, predictions on the market, drop it down below. I love to hear everyone's perspective on the markets, what altcoins you're buying, what you think is going to be happening, and also if you think what I'm saying is bullcrap. I love to hear everyone's sentiment, because everyone has a perspective and everyone's perspective is valid, even if it's garbage. Overall, though, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I drop daily content, so stay tuned. Peace.